It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Giants, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Indianapolis Colts. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
We knew about the great mind coming out of Duke, and we saw the athletic ability and the potential. Watching it all come together and get better with each passing year, that's been fun. He can throw it deep, throw it short, and of course take off out of the pocket and beat you with his legs as well.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Grover Stewart forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Second and 20. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you...
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Dayo Odeyingbo coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 81 yards. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the final tally, as told by Next Gen Stats, he hit 21.5 miles per hour. Whoa. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you know, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A handoff to Barkley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And this will be a Giants first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
We got this.
This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Throwing Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he's brought down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
Let's go. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A first down carry for Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 43 yards rushing for him now to this point. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Quiddy Pay. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Second down and goal. Jones, quick hitter here, it's complete. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Now Jones. And it's caught. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point try, good by Gano. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Rodgers on the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Bulldozes past him. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Back to Taylor on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice... particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
And good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
We play to win. Let's go.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Campbell. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This goes out right to Doyle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. 7-7, our score after 1. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. That ball caught by Slayton. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. 2nd down and 3.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now Jones on 1st and 10. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Jones. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 13-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
That catch good for only a couple. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Back to throw. Jones over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. Touchdown! Sterling Shepard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Gano for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Get ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
Now this throw caught left side, and he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. From their own 40 to the other 40, the gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and this one is incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down about the 39. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Try to punch it in with Taylor. Muscles him off. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say, a lot of pizza left in that box.
It certainly is. Not everyone dove in on that one. In today's NFL, this is a passing down. All right, this is not a running down. That takes a lot of guts to call that play and even better execution.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way, like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Here's a diving catch right side. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Paris Campbell with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. What can they do now, Charles, to make sure this highlight montage doesn't continue to show more pressure and pressure and pressure?
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is going to win that battle of the offensive and defensive lines? Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it in a running game. Well, guess what? The same thing happens when you're trying to pass protect. Are you low? Are you balanced? Are you in a position where the pass rush won't bowl you over on their way back to the quarterback? They've got to reestablish that in order to try and keep their man upright.
As they have been bowled over a lot so far in this one. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out in Texas, NRG Stadium in Houston. And that one, a one-point game at the half. 14-13 is the score. Ezekiel Elliott has run for a touchdown there. From there, we head north to Minnesota. Check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Melvin Gordon has a touchdown there. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh. Check on the Steelers at home at Heinz Field. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting Jags who are out in front. Marvin Jones, a touchdown reception. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Giants, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Taylor's got the first down and more. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. 66 yards on the ground for him so far. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll set up to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we can talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And that's caught left side by Mo Alley Cox. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. 2nd and 1. This is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Ready or not!
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
They go play action here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Kylan Granson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Blankenship out for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's a give to Barkley, and he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your play? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. 5 in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. Looking to throw. That's going to be caught by Allie Cox. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So pass interference, the call there. Always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty?
Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call.
Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Going up top. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for New York. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retakes center. Stage. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hines. And down he'll go at the 25.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
They don't want it, fellas. They don't.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Throw left side, complete to Tony. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Back to throw. Jones. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Quiddy Pay picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing, Jones. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Grover Stewart able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Jones. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Dayo Odangbo picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Gary and Conley. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
On 1st down, Hines. And he's taken down inside the 30. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game.
On 2nd down, right back to Hines.
And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Now he'll try to run with this.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Giants are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Gary and Conley.
And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Well, we knew this was going to be a tall order anyway, down 2 scores with this little time remaining, but that interception puts an end to any hopes that they had.
All right, partner, work with me here because obviously scoring a touchdown, getting the onside kick, then going down, scoring again. Well, that's asking a lot, isn't it? And that's really not a great expectation to begin with. I think they'll look back on this game and see what got them in this spot in the first place and say to themselves, we really gave this game away.
The Colts in victory formation now as they take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world and get it done, How happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Indianapolis,
they finished the regular season with another win, their 15th against just 2 losses.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Giants,